And there's a couple things that we'd like you to include in your answer to the questions from the floor. One is, in your 3 minutes, why do you want to be elected to city council? What are the qualities you feel a city councilman should have? And other than Alan, why should you be elected other than your competition? And what do you feel like you can offer that they can't? Make it easy on Alan.
So you want me to start?
No, this is Mary Ann. Mary Ann gets the first shot at it.
I get the first. Well,
Why don't you let them go and answer that question and save me the last?
Okay, I can do that.
well, let me start out by saying good evening. I have served on City Council since January the 1st when I was appointed to complete an unexpired term of the late Bill Zimmerman. In this time, I have been given the opportunity to experience and learn the many functions of our City Council and the City of Covington. I now know firsthand how decisions made by the Council impacts our residents and businesses. If elected, I will continue to serve in the best interests of our citizens and especially the citizens of District 1. I really want to be elected to my own term on council. I have projects that I have brought before council involving areas of District 1 that need serious attention, and I would like to see these projects accomplished. Covington is a great city. We have our problems, but we're working together. We can solve a lot of them. I really don't think that I can say why I feel like I can do the job better than these two gentlemen can. I know that I'm a businesswoman and the city is a business. And I know that by running a business, I feel like I am qualified to help run the city. Thank you.
Okay. Robert?
This is a absolutely beautiful city. It is a beautiful area. It's a wonderful place. When my kids can walk out the front door, get on their bikes, ride down the street, go to the park, or ride down the street and find one of their friends and play. I don't have to worry about crime like they do in other places. I want to make sure that this city is alive and thriving and growing, so that when my kids graduate high school, they don't then say, well, I have to leave. I have to move away to find a job. I have to move away to make my life. I would very much love my children to say, you know, Covington, that was a good place to grow up. That's where I want to raise my children. That's where I want to have my career. That's where I want to have my life. And that's why I'm running, is that I want to work to make sure Covington does not continue the losing population, does not continue losing jobs. And we can reverse this course and go back and start gaining some population, gaining jobs, and becoming a stable, thriving community. My biggest qualification, or the biggest qualification I think that city council members should have, is the ability to listen to the constituents. When you're on city council, you should not consider yourself above everyone or the top of the highest person in the city. You should consider yourself the lowest. There should be a servant leadership that is pervasive, not only through the council, but through all of the city services, but especially in council, where your job is to go out and do the will of the people and to make their lives better. I believe, as that was what my father, he's a Southern Baptist preacher, and he instilled that idea in me, that not only should you do that for city government, but a pastor should do that, the head of a household should do that, everyone down. You should think of yourself as the servant of everyone who is put under your trust. I think my qualifications as an accountant, as somebody who has dealt with these kinds of large sums, as somebody who has gone through and worked with people in other areas of the country and seen some other things from my time in the military to now, I think that gives me a fairly unique view. As somebody mentioned, I probably would be less than half the age of the average city council member right now if I was elected, and I think having some diversity in the generations would also be. But I honestly think that we are blessed to have what I think are 3 good options for the city. And I do hope that everyone in the community will take the time to make up their minds and go vote.
TJ?
Well, I guess if I was to probably answer that question, it'd be nice if I had the article with me that Mary Ann didn't put in the paper for me here a couple of weeks ago, because I could read that to you, because that's pretty much the way I feel. But if I sit here, I can't sit here and tell you that I would be that I know I'd be a better council person than either one of these two. You know, I can't say that. That being said, though, I've had an interest in being in the city council for years. I'm a lifelong resident of City Council. I'm a lifelong resident of District 1. I'm 64 years old. I spent my whole life on Marion Street. I made 4 moves in my life, and I ain't went but a half block every time, you know. And I've spent my whole life there. I feel like if the one thing I got going for me, I think I know the people that live there. I know most of them. I know what their wants and needs are, you know, and everything. And I know that some of you people here know what I'm talking about. I thought about getting on city council years ago when Kevin Nicely lived down on Marion Street. Kevin Nicely and I grew up on Marion Street. We both debated running for city council. We also grew up around Bill Zimmer when he was a DJ for the radio station. He had the JCs and everything. And Bill lived for the politics of the city of Covington. And that's what I put in my heart. And we wouldn't run against him. You know, we didn't even consider whether we'd even beat him or not. We might not have. But we wouldn't run against him because we figured if we did run against him and we did beat him, that he'd be devastated. Because although we might not agree with all of Bill's politics through them years, he always had the meetings with the people in his district, and he always come to me voicing their concerns. And we just felt like if we did run against him and beat him, it would devastate him. You know, it was just completely devastating. And we just didn't want to go through it. We'd laugh about it and say, well, you know, maybe he'll decide not to run next time or something like that. And then now Kevin's done moved away. I'm the only one left down there. So I guess it's left up to me now. But I still think, you know, I can't say I'd be better than anybody else, but, you know, there's a lot I'd have to learn. But I would say that I would be, and I keep reiterating this, I would go back to the community meetings. I would be readily available, you know, and I would most definitely, anybody contact me about any problems they had, I would most definitely get back in touch with them and try to address their problems, or at least take them someplace to try to get them an answer.
Thank you. Okay, Alan.
Well, I was appointed to council in 2013 to fill out the seat of Kim Warliker. So I've been on council for 5 years. And the reason that I would like to be on council again for another term is because this has been my home for all of my life. I love the city of Covington. I remember the good times and the boom times and then the down times. I remember, yes, going up and down Main Street when everything was full, and you had, you know, in fact, if you went up there Christmas shopping, you couldn't find a parking place on Main Street. You'd have to keep circling until somebody pulled out, and you could pull in so you could go shopping. And everybody did shop downtown at that time. And I want to do the best that I can for this city. I'd like to do what I can to help make it a vibrant city again, a thriving city, and one that has opportunities for more people for employment, good jobs that pay good benefits and good salaries, and also to continue the projects that we have started as a city council and are still constantly working on. And I mentioned that earlier. These projects have been in infrastructure and in safety and in sanitation, water plant, wastewater plant, and as far as regional and local cooperation, we've done things with the county. We did one thing that was unprecedented when we got the revenue sharing thing together. I think there was only one other place in the entire state that had that going when we signed that. And we have, of course, tax abatement. And I'm on, you know, at the beginning, the first question you asked me was on consolidation. Well, I can't answer that. You know, yes, if that's the best thing, the people of this area want consolidation, I go with it. But we have an intergovernmental committee now that's made up of, let's see, Mr. Douglas and Mayor Seibold and myself are on, along with members from the town of Clifton Forge, Iron Gate, and of course the county. And we are trying our best to work together to achieve the goals for the Allegheny Highlands, to give us more employment, to improve the way of life, so that we have a wonderful place to work, recreate, educate our children, worship in our churches, wherever. 30 seconds. So I really want to continue this and to finish some of these things that we have started and try to make it better. As a human race, we're constantly evolving, mostly due to new technology around. And I believe that we have to plan for the future, look to the future, so that generations down the road can appreciate this wonderful community that we live in. And I'd like to thank everybody for their support from District 2. Thank you.
Well, I'd like to take an opportunity to thank all of you guys for showing up, answering the questions. Hopefully the people here tonight at least got their questions answered. You would like to see more people, but that's okay. These people are better informed after you guys spoke tonight. So the only thing I can say is go out and vote for the people that you want to represent you. So again, thanks everybody for coming, and thanks for all my helpers. I don't know, I couldn't have got by with all my helpers. Thanks.